Bunsen comes around and says, I'll help you do your best. But Neely's on a mission, doing everything in sight. But Bunsen's on duty, keeping everything alright. Bunsen's in the chat, better watch your back. Sending LOLs and cracking up the pack. From the cat to the beaver, even mom's in the mix. Oh, Bunsen's in the chat, let the good times roll. Bunsen's in the chat, better watch your back.
Hey Chris, how's it going?
From the cat to the beaver, even mom's in
Oh yeah, you're logging in. Gotcha.
Hello, Jason. Are you there?
Yeah, you're logging in still.
Bunsen's on the go now.
All good.
Woof woof, we're gonna have a good time. Woof woof, Bunsen's on the go now. So let the good times roll. Bunsen's in the chat. Better watch the back.
Hey, hello everybody.
Cracking up the pack. From the cat to the beaver, even mom's in the mix. Oh, Bunsen's in the chat. Let the good
Just waiting for
times
Chris to
roll.
join the live, and then we'll get going. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun.
Hi, Jason. Can you hear me?
You're on the phone, yes? You're not logged into the computer yet for live. Oh, people are saying they got their Bernoulli stuffies. That's very, very exciting. Hello, everybody. All right, we're just waiting for Chris to get her computer up and at it. Just totally fine. I'm just going to close some extraneous programs on my computer so I have as much RAM as possible. Boom. Yeah, that'll help. I guess I can put the Kahoot link. Normally Chris does that. But as we're waiting for her, dun, 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 the Kahoot link. There we go. I'll put that into pet chat. Perfect. X is having problems saying host connection issues. Can folks hear me on Twitter or X? You might have to go in and out again. Is my voice coming through? Oh, Chris is gone. No, you're there. Yeah, X is having problems with keeps booting me off. Well, we have lots of other I know people on Instagram can hear us and people on YouTube. Good on X video. Yeah, so I think it's just Twitter Spaces or X Spaces that's all borked up. So I'm sorry for that. Sometimes that happens where we don't have any control over those other platforms if they get a little and it just crashed. That is weird. Well, what we can do is I can start a new space. Round 2. Okay, so we'll just start that now. See how that goes. Boom, mic is on. Yeah, we're still waiting for Chris to join on live, and then we'll get started. Is Ginger visiting? We are going to actually go up to Edmonton to visit Adam and Ginger tomorrow. So Bernoulli's going to have a little bit of a reunion. We'll probably get to that in some of our stories of the week. So okay, you can hear it on X now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it just fails. Technology is kind of odd. 821. I'm not sure what's happening with Chris and why she's not on live yet. 821-277. Oh. Chris, you made it. Were you having technical difficulties? What's going on?
Yeah, and I can't get on the other thing.
Yeah, Spaces crashed. So something went wonky on X and it crashed. So
what does this mean?
I started a new one called Pet Chat Round 2 and people are joining it right now. So like it
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good. It just, it's frustrating when technology doesn't work. Something went wonky on X. And then you got to make sure your phone is low.
Yeah, sorry. I just was discombobulated and I couldn't see you or hear you or nothing.
Yeah.
And
it is what it is.
And Beaker decided to bark really meanly at one of the other dogs.
Well, Bernoulli.
Maybe.
Yeah, something's wonky with Spaces and also with Instagram. Yeah, that's occasionally Instagram is weird too. All right, are you ready for the start so we can get hopping, Chris?
Yeah, I'm hopping.
Okay. Hello, pet enthusiasts. My name is Jason Zakowski. I'm the dog dad of Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli, the science animals, the science dogs of social media. My co-host with the mostest is...
Hi there, I'm Chris Zakowski. I am the dog mom to Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli, and the cat mom to Ginger.
Every week we do a live show on Saturday. It's about an hour long, and we do a recap of the week's events. And if you're on X, you can come up to tell your pet story at the end. So we do some community sharing, and we are broadcasting, multicasting all over the place on Instagram Live, on YouTube Live, on Facebook Live, on X Video Live, and Spaces. So 5 different platforms, and one of them crashed a bit. So we always start Pet Chat with some Q&A. If you have some questions or a comment that you'd like us to get to, now is the time. We would love to hear your questions or read your comments. Now, I'll throw some up on the Jumbotron, which is really cool. Chris, a lot of people are commenting that they got their Bernoulli stuffies today or the last couple days. So they are making it all around the world, which is so cool. And I have my little Bernoulli stuffy right here. They're so cute. They're all a little different, right? Like every single one's a little different, which is super cute.
Is that the one that Bernoulli was running around with in his mouth today?
Yeah, this is the Bernoullified stuffy. So I don't know if we can I don't know if we can sell it. It's got dog.
Well, it has a spit on it. Because you're like, hey, how did you get that stuffy? And I said, hey, I have no idea how he got that stuffy. Yeah. And he was running around with it, and then he gave it back. But by then it was spitty.
Oh. Okay. Getting through. Anne says, got the stuffy today. Okay, so we'll get to some questions. So the first one's from Danielle, who's watching on Facebook. Are the dogs missing Ginger? So that's a common one. Chris, do you want to field that as I check the Instagram comments?
Well, I think there has been some adjustment with all of the dogs not having Ginger around. Mm-hmm. But in terms of are they missing her, Bernoulli was bugging the other dogs more frequently, kind of teasing them a little bit. But I don't know. Like we have been dealing with a little bit of upheaval with Bunsen's health. Of course, he's doing really well now. Yeah. But when he had that back problem 2 weeks ago, that was pretty much the day we took Ginger. That was the day we took Ginger to Edmonton. And we got home and he was fine. And then he was very much not fine. So maybe he's like, oh, I need to be a diva. So the attention's on me. Bunsen's like that. But no, it was serious. He was in serious pain. And so our focus was definitely not on Ginger and missing Ginger. It was, let's make sure Bunsen gets better. And there was a lot of worry and stress. Yeah. I cannot tell you how much worry and stress there was.
Yeah, because he he was in a lot of pain, and you hate to see your dog in pain. But this is a twofer because Bayou Fred and Bear on Instagram is asking how Bunsen's doing this week. And I'll say he is pretty much back to normal like he was before. So whatever it was that happened to him, if it was another slip disc or maybe he just pulled a muscle because he's getting older, I want to say he's pretty much back to normal. We, out of an abundance of caution, we're not walking him on long walks, and you have a consult with the vet team at the end of this week, right? So
it's coming up.
It's coming up, and then we'll see. We're gonna see what they say because they had said to keep it take it easy with him. So we're gonna follow the advice of the vets. So yeah, but he's not in pain anymore. He can lie down. He's not getting up with pain. He's lying on perfect, like he's fine. We think he's fine. Yeah.
We think he's okay. And of course I've curbed the medicine. He hasn't been taking pain meds.
Yeah. He's not yeah.
No, and that's been good.
Yeah.
And he's well, okay. One of the stories of the week is he was jumping.
Yeah, he's jumping.
So
Great.
we'll keep that in our back burner.
Okay.
On the back burner. But
yeah. So here's another good question. Evolving, and you can, I don't know if people have questions on Twitter. I'm not, or X, I'm not monitoring that. Evolving with Elizabeth asks, how did you all come up with the name Bernoulli? I love it. And do Ginger and Burley miss each other? So we sort of answered the second part of that. And we have answered the first part, but we don't mind answering these questions again. After we selected Bernoulli, it was actually Chris that selected him. His name was Big Red because he's a big puppy and he had a red collar. We were brainstorming bee names on the way back from Grand Prairie, which was a 4-hour drive there, and a 4-hour longer.
It's 6 hours there and
God,
6 hours back. It was a 12-hour day.
Yeah, 6-hour drive there and a 6-hour drive back. So we had a long drive and lots to talk about, and we were throwing names back and forth that started with the B. And Chris said, "What about Bernoulli?" And yeah, like my voice caught because it was perfect. It wasn't that it was a B science name. It's that the Bernoulli. There's many scientists named Bernoulli. It was a whole family of scientists. But Bernoulli, the most famous thing that they came up with was Bernoulli's principle of that became the principle of lift, which is how planes fly. And like we try to make sure our content is uplifting, and it was perfect. There's a roundabout way to get to the answer there. Yeah. Okay, any questions from Twitter, Chris? I'm going to keep going. We got quite a few coming in here.
Well, there's lots of people now on round 2, which is fantastic. Oh, and Susan's is still in BC. The Bernoulli stuffy. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. And it's not sunny in Melbourne, according to Bianca. And yeah, Steve said the mandatory house Bunsen. And Steve put a picture of his collection. Has the Bunsen, the Beaker, the Ginger, the Bernoulli, and then the fun facts with Bernoulli. Oh, it's there. I'm having trouble putting it into the nest. I think maybe that is a tech glitch.
Yeah, who knows?
That's very sad today. Maybe no nest. And always support for Bunsen getting better. And Kathy L has her dogs at the window because her husband is out of town returning, and the dogs are waiting for him at the window, which is super cute.
Yeah.
And that's all that I have that's showing to me right now.
Okay. So we'll have to do some rapid fire answers because there's a whole bunch of questions coming in. How is Ginger's transition going? I think it catches me and I'm sad. The first couple days were hard. Like after Bunson's back pain and injury looked like it was going to get better. That's when it kind of hit us that Ginger was gone. And like it hit me and I was sad. And I know, Chris, you were extremely sad about not having Ginger. Do you feel better now or not so much?
No.
Oh, well, we'll get to
No.
see her tomorrow.
We're going up tomorrow to see her.
Yeah.
But I talked to Adam the other day, and sometimes we FaceTime and then he shows me Ginger and then he sends videos. But
Yeah.
I talked to him the other day and I said, how's it going with Took, which is the other cat that's there, the female cat.
Yeah.
And he's like, Ginger is a bit of a mean girl. And I said, we know. We saw like her icy glare, like Zoolander.
Yeah.
Checking out Took. But so what they do is Took, I guess, likes to have zoomies. So kitty zoomies. Took is 3, and she just runs around the house sometimes. And Ginger grows and goes for her tail, thinking that she's going to play or whatever, and just goes for her tail. And then also what she'll do, Ginger will see where Took is hanging out, and she will go over and put herself right by Took and then stare at her with intimidation.
Which is a move she pulled on Beaker all the time. That was what she did to Beaker all the time. Yeah.
It's the intimidation move. And so I said, oh, so maybe Took isn't enjoying having Ginger there. I said, maybe Ben would be very content if Ginger moved home. And Adam stopped me right there. He's like, no, it's fine. They get along.
He loves his cat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Paula says, I got my science bundle with Bernoulli. And says, does the Bernoulli stuffy wear glasses? No. We patterned the Bernoulli stuffy. Oh, we got some terrible back interference.
It's me.
Okay.
It's gone.
We patterned the Bernoulli stuffy after him as a puppy, and the lab coat is an exact replica of the little lab coat he wore when he was a little guy and he didn't wear glasses. So we kept that as consistent as possible. Holly asked, when will the Canadian Stuffanuli ship? They were shipped. They shipped after we bought. It's confused. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of how we ship, but we had to get the American ones to the border, or at least pay for the shipping before the de minimis ended for the Americans. So while we packed all of the international and Canadian ones, they got to the post office after. But they should be on their way. There might be a tracking issue because we were going quickly. So just let me know if the link I sent Holly isn't working for you. I can double check that, but they're on the way. Yeah, they're on the way. Okay. Any other questions? We got 2 on Instagram. I'm going to get 2.
It says there aren't any, but I'll double check.
Sarah sees a Star War. I like that. You mentioned in stories any plans to adopt a cat in the near future. So I think yes, but it also has to be the right kind of cat. I don't think it would be fair to a cat if you go to a shelter and it's like, you know how they give you the bio of animals, like a cat, and it's like would do good in a single family home, would do good, no kids, does well, no dogs. So we can't really put a cat in our house that they say does not do well with dogs. And a lot of the cats, I've done some research already, a lot of them say does not do well with dogs, should not go to a home with dogs. So, we have to wait for the right cat. I don't think we can just go scoop a cat and throw it into the mix and hope for the best. That's not really fair. That wouldn't be really fair to it.
And you have to remember, well, Jason does, but for me, being a cat person and Jason having a severe allergy to cats, I was perfectly content-ish to never have a cat. Because that's something, a compromise that I would make. That's a 100% zero compromise. You know, sometimes in marriage it's 50-50, sometimes it's 80-20. This one was going to be a 100-0 for Jason to win. So I was content to not have a cat. But when we saw Ginger, well, when I saw Ginger, I had to have her. I just had to have her. So there was something about, you know, the cat distribution system that said, this cat is the cat for you, and you have to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had heard about the food that binds to the FeLD1 protein, and it was enough for Jason to be able to live with Ginger. So that compromise is no longer 100-0.
I do miss having a cat. Like, they're not dogs. But there's something cool about having a cat. They slink about the house. They're so graceful. They jump around. Yeah.
Apparently they have zoomies, like Took has zoomies.
Yeah. You know, every cat is going to be its own thing. So we can't expect any cat we get in the future to be anything like Ginger. So, the cat army reposted this stream. So the cat army is as happy we're talking about cats. Okay, one more question from Instagram. I'm getting to them. Cheryl K says, Chris said earlier that Beaker was barking kind of mean. Does she get mad at Bunsen? I would say rarely does she get mad at Bunsen. The only time she's ever got mad at Bunsen was like when she got stepped on when we were traveling. Like if she gets stepped on, she's like, no. And she does like a little bark to tell whoever steps on her that she got stepped on, because she's little. Like she's half the size of Bunsen and half the size of Bernoulli. So she has to stick up for herself.
Yeah, that was her language. She was like, hey, I'm barking.
Yeah.
She does it, I think, just to let the boys know that she's the boss of her body. Don't step on her. Because Bernoulli, he's like, oh, okay. Oh. And then sometimes he lacks spatial awareness and body awareness. And he gets right in everybody's space. And for me, it's like, excuse me, I'd like to walk around you. And then we do a little dance. Like I will go one way and then he'll go that same way. And then we're, oh. It's like, you know, when you're like somewhere and you're walking and someone's in your way and you both try and go, it's just bizarre. But that's Bernoulli. Yeah. And Bunsen's now doing it too. It's like, wow, they're both doing the same thing.
So Holly says it'll be like with Ginger, Now, this is a good question. Maybe you should clarify. Abigail says, if you had to have her, how did she end up as Adams? And that's because it was Adam's cat. Like that was the understanding when you got her, right?
I saw her and I said, we have to get this cat. And I was thinking there might not be a way that we can actually have Ginger at home because Jason has an allergy. Yes. And if we had to have a plan A and a plan B, plan A was that Ginger would come home and stay with my stepdad for about a month and a half in order for her to build up the binder. The binder in her fur, in her dander, in her saliva. So she stayed with my stepdad for about a month and a half, 2 months. And then she was going to come into the house. And then I said to Adam, so if it doesn't work out, then Ginger will have to go back to live with Papa until you move out. And then you can take her with you. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's part of the communication that maybe wasn't clear, because she did end up working out. And the reason why I had two plans is because there's no way that we were going to adopt a cat and then give the cat back. to the shelter. Not going to happen.
Mhm.
So in order to have a successful transition, if it didn't work out, there was a plan. And if it did work out, there was a plan. But ultimately, she was Adam's cat. And if you see in this, like we were together in the store and he was holding her and they were snuggling, and I can't take his cat away from him. But I
Yeah.
really do have to have her. Like, I just love her. But sometimes this is a compromise, 0-100. And looks like I lost again.
Yeah. So hopefully that, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Adam since he was like a little guy, he has been a cat whisperer. So he has loved cats. Loved. Oh, Holly says preparing shipment. Okay, Holly, I'll take a look at your order. We've sent them, so I don't know. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Yeah, that is odd. Helen asks, do you know Ginger's history? Was she an owner? We don't know. She is very scared of storms, but she is extremely chill with dogs. Like, not like from the moment, it's not like she went and hid the day you brought her home. And she got along with all of the cats at the farm. Like, she's just super chill with dogs and cats. So I don't know what kind of history she has. It's interesting to think of that.
But we were talking to my stepdad today because he came over. And then we were talking about how much we miss Ginger. And he's like, yeah, like that's how I felt too. Because he had Ginger for 2 months and, got attached to her as you do. And then he had to give Ginger up to us. But that was the only way the plan would work. We had to build up the binder so that Jason could potentially have a cat.
Mm-hmm. And worked out good. Last question, and then we'll get on with the rest of the show because we've had lots of questions. How old was Ginger when you adopted her?
They think she was about like 1.
Yeah, not a kitty. She was an adult cat. I think she wasn't a full size though. I think she got bigger, but not by much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I look back at the pictures and videos of her when we got her, she looked a little smaller. So maybe she got fluffier. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I did ask the vet, and they say sometimes they can tell by their teeth, but more so with dogs, they're a little bit more accurate because once the adult cat teeth come in, boy, they're just there.
All right, it's time to move on to Kahoot. Thank you for your questions. We're going to continue on with what we do every show. And if you have questions or comments, we'll get to those in a little bit now. We've done quite a few. So one of the things, if I have time, is I prepare a little game. If you want to play it, you have to go to kahoot.it and put in that code. It's just little questions of the week, 5 questions of the week. Oh, and because the space crashed, it is not in the chat or the nest. So I got to fix that here.
Well, I can't put it in there.
Okay,
oh yeah, now I can. I got it.
Oh, well, it's in there twice. It's in there twice.
It's so nice. It's in there twice.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you don't have to log in, you don't have to play. I'm going to share my screen so you can see the questions. The idea is
Hello?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
The idea is
I don't know what I was saying. Sorry.
We're talking about the game, and then Jason presents it, and it kind of unloads the stories of the week that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, sorry. I was reading the comments and then I lost my train of thoughts.
That's okay.
I think we have everybody in who wants to play. We got a pretty good crew today.
So the Kahoot, go to kahoot.it and type in the code 821-277 or click on the link. But it's a little bit difficult to play on a device and the same device that you are listening into the show from.
Okay, so we've got just about 20 people in there. Chris, I see you're in there as Slim Shady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the objective is to try and beat Chris at Kahoot. So we're going to get going right now. If you want to play, you got to get in there right away. We're going to go in 3 seconds. Okay, here we go. Okay, 5 questions. You can play along, shout at home, type it into the chat, say it out loud, and if you're playing, try to beat Chris. Okay, question 1. What does Beaker call vacuums? Evil snakes, witchcraft, human nonsense, spooky. So this is from one of my videos. I don't know if this one made it to Twitter or X, so this may put the X people at a disadvantage. It is human nonsense. That's what Beaker calls vacuums. Chris, you got that one. How'd you get that one?
I watched that video.
Okay, all right.
And Bernoulli says they're witchcraft.
Bernoulli said, yeah. This weekend, text from Bunsen. What was Bunsen bugging Adam about? He needed some geology stuff. He needed some chemistry stuff. He needed some accurate time-taking stuff. He needed some biology stuff. So what was the stuff that Bunsen was bugging Adam for? And it was time-taking stuff because they wanted to test the relativity of Beaker running around.
I love it. It was the relative treats.
Yeah, relative treats. Yeah.
I thought it was relativity treats. Treats?
Relativity treats. No, I keep saying it wrong. Relative treats. Yeah. Oh, whoops, I hit that too soon. Chris, you're way out ahead. These are tougher questions. I thought I would catch you. All right. On the Science Podcast, that's our podcast show. We talked about how this cat disease, typo. We talked about how this cat disease is helping us understand the same disease in humans. So is it eye floaters, dementia, arthritis, or diabetes? So this is a cat disease that is helping us understand the same disease in humans. And it's dementia. Yeah, it was a very cool study. The same kind of like protein buildups near your synapses get overloaded, and the immune system in the brain attacks the synapses. And the same thing happens in cats. Very sad when it happens to both cats and humans, but they are looking to use that information on humans. Oh, I don't know if people are going to catch you, Chris. This dog found a leg. So this is the big news. Was it Beaker? Or was it no dog? Is this a trick? Bernoulli or Bunsen? Which dog found a leg? One of these dogs found a leg. Oh, it was Beaker. The first time ever. And boy, was she happy and proud of the leg she found.
It happened on Instagram Live.
It did. It was on the live, yeah, that she found it, which is crazy.
Well, and it was funny because we were just talking about it, and I'm like, Bunsen's on the deck, but I'll talk about that when we get to our show. That's 2 things I need to talk about.
All right, last question.
Look, I'm on fire.
Yeah, I see that. Jason posted about the first staff meeting debate. So Chris and I are both teachers. We're back teaching. What were they debating? The late student policy, if dogs can come in policy, the cell phone policy, or the moose policy. And it was the moose policy. So there was a debate about what we call it when a moose is at the front door of the school. Is it a hold and secure or a shelter in place? And we never got a straight answer. So we don't know what it's going to be if there's a moose at the front door of our school. And every year it happens. Every year there are moose by the doors of the school, and they have to call something, and it's always different every year. And
It's a shelter in place.
It's a shelter in place. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
sometimes it's a hold and secure. Obviously, if the moose gets into the school, I think that would be a lockdown. Or maybe
Yes,
that would
when the threat is inside the building, it's a lockdown.
yeah. So then if somebody lets the moose inside, apparently there's a book called If You Give a Moose a Muffin. So people are like, what if a kid gives the moose a muffin? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. For
What's the
one,
book?
don't approach a moose with a muffin because they'll kill you. Like they're huge. They're like dinosaur cows. They're unbelievably huge. Like people who've never been close to a moose have no concept about how big they are. They're just they stay away. They look cute and fun, but no, they'll murder you. So stay away. Okay. I'm pretty sure Chris won, but let's see who got third. Adrienne. Congratulations. Beat Chris Anuli. Got second.
Good
And
job.
a whopping 1,000 points ahead of everybody. It is Chris again. Okay.
Thanks for the positive, reinforcement.
You're hard to beat. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring down the banners. We should talk real quick before the stories of the week, just about a couple things. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, one of the sponsors of Pet Chat is Bark and Beyond Supply.com. Bark and Beyond Supply.com is a small family-owned company. They got its start making joint supplements for dogs. They have tons of cute toys and treats. Check them out. Skip the big box store and help out the little guy. So next time you think you might need some toys or some treats, use the code Bunsen at barkandbeyondsupply.com. Save yourself a little bit of money there. And, like I know Amazon will get it to your house in like a day, but I don't think Jeff Bezos needs any more money. So let's help out the small businesses there. Bark and Beyond has a $10 gift certificate for somebody at the end of the show. So we do like this little draw. Cool. The other thing I want to talk about, I think Sebastian's here with CCR Feline Research Center. Dr. Sebastian Ball helps and studies cats, and we've had him on the show before. And Sebastian reached out about partnering with us to do some cat stuff, and we'll put the link to the website. I have to type it into the Chiron. It's in my email, but they made Cowboy Cat Ranch ginger enamel pins. And if you want to support the cat research and the cat stuff that Dr. Sebastian Ball does with Cowboy Cat Ranch, that's the name of the team that studies cats and helps out with their life, make sure their life is better.
They make sure the cats are happy and healthy.
There you go. Chris does a better job. But the ginger enamel pins are freaking adorable. And the doc sent us a couple. Look, if you're on live, you'll get to see it. Look how cute this ginger pin is.
Move it down. There it is. Stop. You're shaking it. Hold it steady. Move it up a little bit. Perfect. And then zoom in a little bit. But yeah. Oh, and stop.
It's so cute. And there's a super limited supply of these, right? Like, is there 50 or something? I have to check my email. Like, there's not very many. And all of the proceeds go to help cats. And we were more than happy to say, yeah. And like, this is so cool that this is made. And it's a hard enamel pin. So like, it's super high quality. So if you want to pick one of those up, we will have a link in our story on Instagram, and we'll have a post after this that you can click that will take you there for the ginger enamel pins. And I'll even put it in the Chiron a little later. You got to give me some time on that. So yeah.
I want to talk about it a little bit more.
Go. Yeah.
On the back side, there's a haiku.
Oh yeah, there is. It says, cat with cowboy hat, companion of the doggies, empress of the house. Oh. And that was, we did a contest on Twitter or X where people submitted poems and haikus. I think 2 people won, and Dr. Ball kind of smushed their idea together. It's very cute. Thanks for reminding me about that, Chris. Very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to Dr. Ball there. Very, very cute. They're super adorable.
I took a picture of them and sent it to Adam, and he's like, "Oh, hey, that's cool." And he forgot that you had asked him if we could use Ginger's likeness.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you guys use Ginger?" And I said, "Yeah, Dad asked you if we could," and you said, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Yeah, that's fine. I don't care." And then the next line of the thing, because he hit send and then he sent another one. He's like, "Can I have one?"
Yeah, he can have mine. Or no, we got 3, right?
We did. We got 3.
Yeah,
which
we got
is
3.
amazing.
Okay. So we've got people are asking about the website link. So Chris, we do a couple stories of the week. So Chris is going to talk about one of the stories of the week, and I'll put the website link up in the live Chiron and then in the comments for folks. So you're just going to have to give me a sec. It takes a little bit I have to go into my email and grab the link. So go ahead, Chris.
So am I talking about a story of the week?
Story of the week. Yep.
Okay, so like we said, we were very worried about Bunsen and his back. What the heck? But yesterday, I was walking with him, and he looked at me, and he looked at Bernoulli, and he did a play bow, and so he's like really excited to play, and he jumped, bloop, right off the ground, like he was bloop, hovering up off the ground, and you were like, "Whoa! Did you see that jump?" And I said, "Yeah, I did see that jump. That was crazy." I kind of wish he didn't do it, because like he could have hurt himself even more. Yeah. But look at him there. He's a big lazy lug. He's like, Yeah, that was really, really crazy.
I couldn't believe he was jumping.
Yeah. And then today, so I'll talk about the Instagram live then. So we've actually had 2 Instagram lives. One was the other day, and because Bunsen's on rest, you took the other 2 dogs, and then I joined, and I was on the deck with Bunsen, and I requested to be in your video, in your live, and then you didn't see it, so I just kept putting in the comments, "Maybe I can be on the live. Jason, maybe accept my request."
It's hard. It was the comments. I'm walking with dogs.
Yes, it's a lot. But anyway, then I was able to flip my camera around, and everybody got to see Bunsen. So chillaxing on the deck, enjoying the outside, smelling the air, being calm and serene in the bottom half of the video. But in the upper half of the video was chaos, because running around and having fun in the tall grass, and then Beaker found a bone, and you looked at her little face, leg bone, looked at her little face. She was so happy, and then she started like pouncing and leaping away with joy. It's not quite the same.
She prances. She has this when she's so happy, she prances. Like it's so cute. She had the bone in her mouth and she was prancing away from me, not listening at all. 0.
No. So it was like "Bye, Felicia," but with prancing.
I know.
And not running with abandon like Bunsen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Bernoulli was like, "What do you have?" And they kind of shared it for a second.
Yeah. I don't know where it is, because Beaker drops it somewhere. Bunsen would take the legs all the way back home. Like he was not leaving them.
Beaker is a save it for later. Maybe it'll be here next time.
Out there somewhere. Yeah. I think it was a deer. It wasn't a moose. I don't even know if Beaker could lift a moose leg. They were pretty substantial.
Okay. And then what also happened in today's live, you were like, "Hey, I'm going to change the chips," after the dogs were having fun, and Bunsen was being all regal on the deck. And you're like, "I don't think I can have 2 dogs and then do the chips and have it be effective." And then at that moment, as if on cue, Bunsen decided to throw up. Like the sound. I'm like, well, this is a good time to end it, because Bunsen is puking. And then it was like off. You're like, okay, bye. Click.
There you go. Okay, so we got some questions about the ginger pin. I've got the link in the Chiron there. We might need Dr. Bull to just clarify something. So maybe, I don't know if you're listening, you could come up to speak or maybe put the answer in the chat. But this is, I went back through the email. This is what I know. There's 100 ginger pins. Well, 97 because we have 3 now. There will be a donation link where you will people can support our work on a monthly basis. Okay, perfect. So Dr. Ball's coming up. The question is it any amount to support? So I'll wait for Dr. Ball to come up. Sebastian, is it any amount to get the ginger pin, or is it like 25 and up to get the ginger pin? That's the question people have.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, did you hear the question?
Yes, I do. My audio quality might not be great because I'm walking outside,
No,
which is something I typically do while listening to you guys, which is very enjoyable.
all good. Yeah. The question people have is the idea is people will support you on a monthly basis, right?
Exactly. If there's a Zeffy donation button on the website that will give people 4 options.
Yeah.
And I think the lowest amount is $20.
10 is the lowest.
Yeah.
10 is the lowest.
10.
Yeah, it goes 10,
Yeah.
25, 50, 100. Yeah.
And if people really want to have it and they are struggling financially, is very well possible at this time and age, or at an age with so many life for a lot of people, and they can just send me an email and we'll work something out.
Okay. Is it any amount they would receive the ginger pin?
Yeah, so the minimum is $10.
Okay.
Anybody it's $10. But again, if people are struggling financially, then they can just send me an email and we'll work something out, because one, them to not have a ginger pin if they're really struggling financially and can only do $5 or $3 a month.
Okay, perfect. So that answers the question. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it. The pins are super, super cute.
Thank you.
We got so many comments, so I don't know. Maybe by the time you get back, they'll all be gone. So
we have 97 left. So we had a one-time order of 100, and 3 of them went to you. So yeah. We have 97 that are available, and we don't have any plans to make new ones. So it's really going to be it's a very exclusive ginger item.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully that answered the questions that folks had. All right. Any other stories of the week, Chris? I've kind of shared all mine. I'm good.
Nope. I think I'm good too. With my sharing of the week. We were very excited to see people post about their stuffies coming in. Mm-hmm. Loved that, and that's really all I got. It's been a good week. It's been a busy week. I started school, mm-hmm. So I have been teaching for the last 2 days. So it's been a lot, and the dogs, Bernoulli and Beaker, went back to Waggles for a couple days of doggy daycare, and that's always good for them to be able to play with their friends. And it's been so hot that when they come home, they're just destroyed.
You bet. Sorry, I was just tracking that package Holly was worried about. Holly, if you're still listening, maybe the link I sent you was broken, but it says it's in transit. So that thing is in transit. So it's getting close to be out for delivery. So that's what I have. I can resend the link to your email that you ordered through Shopify. Yeah, the pin is a monthly donation, Jenny. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's the idea is that it's exclusive. It's a way that folks can month by month, help with the cat research that Dr. Sebastian Ball does. So yeah. And I don't know, the pin is worth $25 easy. There's only 97 of them on Earth, and they're super high quality and adorable. So yeah. Okay, let's move to community sharing. So if you have some questions or comments on live that we didn't get to and you want some clarification, we would love to see your questions or comments. And if you're on X Spaces and you'd like to come up to talk, we would love to hear your pet story or your questions live. So go for it. We had two people on Instagram say they just got the ginger pin. Thank you.
What? Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so cool. Aw.
Like, I know I said that I love cats, but Dr. Sebastian Ball is on a whole different level of cat lover.
But it's good to have him in Cat's Corners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if you have any questions, comments, go for it. If you have a story that you'd like to share about your pets, come on up. We'll give everybody a few seconds here. I have not been. What?
Okay, you may remember I spent all of the first part of the summer researching Tartarian root honeysuckle because I wanted to plant some. Because apparently we can grow it here. It grows in our area. And I could not find it anywhere. And Adam's like, what? And Annalise worked at the greenhouse. I'm like, hey, can you hook me up with some Tartarian root honeysuckle? And she's like, what? And I couldn't get it. And she's like, why do you want it? And Adam's like, why do you want it? I'm like, so I'm growing it for ginger. Because that was one of the only things that she went for when we went. Okay, so we did this fun thing called Snack 16 with Bunsen, and it was which snack does he like the best? And we did a fun catnip, 6 catnips with ginger, but she quit at 4. She's like, this is stupid, because she's a cat. But I think she liked the Tartarian root.
No, we finished the whole tournament. I forget which one won, but
Tinky Winky, but. Or maybe Tinky with the stinky one. Stinky Winky is what it was. But,
nasty.
but she was very excited for the first 2 or 3. And then after that, she participated, but she didn't really.
We should do Snack 16 with Bernoulli.
Oh, you know what he'll eat? Plastic. So today I went out on the deck and I see my little plant things holders shredded. And I said, Jason, what happened? He's like, oh, yeah, he got into that by accident. And and then I'm sitting there with Bunsen while you're on the walk and on the live. And I hear him chewing. And he's got another plastic thing. It's like, dude, he would choose snack called plastic. But maybe he's one of those biodegradable plastic bugs.
I don't know.
We could enlist him to save the earth.
Snack 16 was so fun. I think we need to do that with Bernoulli again.
We tried it with Beaker, but she was too distracted. She's like,
no, she just run away. Yeah.
Run away. Yeah.
She just run away and dig. She wouldn't run away. She would just go do something else. So
yeah.
Bernoulli loves food. So I think.
Oh, he's so food motivated. He loves it.
Yeah. Only Twitter or X knows about Snack 16. That was not something we did. I don't even think we didn't really post much on anything back then on Instagram or Facebook. I don't even think we had a Facebook account. Okay, we're not getting...
And Sebastian said that Silvervine was the winner.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. Who came first? Okay, Jenny has a question. Who came first, Beaker or Bunsen? Bunsen came first. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bunsen
Bunsen is
is
8 years old and Beaker is 5.
Yeah. Boy, I keep thinking of Beaker as our baby, but she's 5 years old.
She's a baby.
She's
She's my
just
little girl. That's what I call her.
She's just little. Yeah. Bernoulli's the baby, even though he's a giant gronk.
So Steve is asking if Bernoulli's done any more dock diving.
No,
No.
not. And it's our fault. We've been too busy. Like we were packing Bernoulli stuffies. School started. Very excitingly, we've incorporated into a business. So there is a ton of paperwork that goes with that. You've been working super hard on that kind of stuff and enlisting my help, and I'm bad at it, but I help.
I just taught Jason how to enter the expenses.
Yes.
And it went about as I expected, because you should put them in as the itemized items that you bought. And he's like, well, no, can't I just put the total in? Because that's what we spent. I said, no, can you please itemize it? And then he's like, okay. And then he did. And I kind of talk him through. And then I said, now you have to like pay back to the shareholder, which is us. And then he put it in a different account. And I said, what did you do? I have to go fix it. It's fine. It was fixable.
Yeah,
I just did it.
Better. I'm getting better. I'm very fast at it too, I think.
Well, that's where the mistakes happen.
Yeah, so it's our fault. The last 2 weeks we've been really busy. We were thinking about going today, but we had to do some stupid things, like we had to take the bottles in, like we had normal people jobs we had to do, and get groceries, and then still enter expenses. You did that for like an hour and a half while I was doing some stuff. So yeah, so we've been busy. The dock diving thing's open till the end of the month, so I think we need to get them out there one more time. It's just, yeah, time has slipped away on us and our day jobs have started, so yeah, we don't have the same kind of free time.
No. And I do feel bad because he does love it, and Beaker loves it.
She does.
But maybe we can do barn hunt or something else that they offer there.
Yeah, they have a lot of cool stuff. Janine asks, have you done any cart work with the boys? So we're going to be starting that with Bernoulli. We had to wait till he was a bit older. I got super gung-ho.
The day after we got him, Jason. The day after we got him, you're looking up carts on the internet and you're like, this is a great cart. This one is very expensive. It's $500. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa. We need to hold the phone. And I actually reached out and we'll be working with someone who is actually a cart person.
Yeah, because Bernoulli's heck is so strong, so incredibly strong. And he loves to work. Like it's his favorite thing. Besides like you, Chris. He really likes to work. But he likes to work and make people happy. Like he likes to please people. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So yesterday we were doing some whistle training with Bernoulli. We've been working with Marla, and she gave us some really great tips about whistle training. And so we were doing some practice, like 10 tries. And Jason would blow the whistle and Bernoulli would go to it. And now we're connecting a word with it. So Bernoulli connects the word, and then eventually you can phase out the whistle or keep the whistle. But he would run to you away from me, and I would just stand there, and then he would just look at me and give me the biggest smile and run right back to me. It was really
You didn't need a whistle. You just I
didn't need a whistle.
He's like, Bernoulli, come. He's like, great. This guy's dumb. I'm gonna go see my mummy.
He's very much attached to me.
Yes, he's your. What do you call him? Your clinger? Your
stage 5 clinger.
Yeah, stage 5 clinger.
I also call him Bernoodle.
Yeah. So Jenny says, I love a working dog. Love a working dog working. That's so exciting. We were just advised he was way too young. Obviously, we had to wait until he was older, but he's getting to be the age where you can do like some starting stuff. we were advised you have to wait till he's 2 or even older to start pulling heavy, which makes sense. You want to make sure they're completely done growing. So Abigail asked what cart work is. Bernese Mountain Dogs were bred to pull carts. That's what they were. All dogs, well, not all dogs, most dogs were bred to do a thing. And Bernese Mountain Dogs were bred specifically to pull carts. If you look at their body, they have a really unique body shape where their front is extremely broad and they have great big, thick, strong front legs. And they kind of taper to the back and have normalish back legs. But their front legs and front paws are huge. And that's like to grab and pull to get going with the cart. And we didn't do that with Bunsen. We just kind of did some fun stuff. Like we put a harness on him and he pulled the kids around in a sled. But we want to make sure Bernoulli gets some cart training. So, and that's about it.
Well, there's some new cartoon art.
Oh, right. Yeah. I had a bit of time and it's on our website, actually.
So for those of you who are familiar with Fun Facts with Bernoulli, I'm Bernoulli.
Yeah.
There's a saying that he says, "Oh, spaghetti."
Yeah.
And so we had Sam Logan, our amazing artist, do a picture with "Oh, spaghetti."
Yeah. Well, this was something that people have been asking for. They're like, oh, we need "Oh, spaghetti" on a shirt. So Sam knocked it out of the park with a cartoon art of, it's blurry because I've zoomed in. It's a super high quality thing of Bernoulli with the "Oh, spaghetti." That's on our website. I'm going to make some more stuff. Like people are asking for it on hoodies and coffee mugs. We're not there yet. Sorry. When I have some time, I'll get to it. It's kind of a slow process making merch, but so a bunch of people got it already, which is really cute. And we try to really try to keep the shirt costs low. Some of the other stuff is expensive because it just is expensive. So yeah, is that what you were talking about, Chris?
Yeah, I was just going to talk about it.
How do I stop sharing? There we go. Okay.
There you go. But I brought up Kathy to speak.
I since you brought up the topic of that shirt, Jason, I was able to order that from the US.
Yeah.
And the shipping was, I don't know, $4 or something.
Yeah.
Probably whatever the minimum is. So yeah, we can order it in the US and it's so adorable.
Yeah. So Printful is the print on demand company that we use. And what's cool about them is they have factories in Canada, overseas, like for our European folks, and then American ones, right? So it will fulfill at the nearest quote unquote factory to you. So that's why the Americans don't have to worry about tariffs from something from Canada going to the States for that. Yeah.
Well, it's a relief to me that we can even get something because I've been worried about all of you for a few days. Just losing the ability to ship anything here, but at least the things that you order through there, it sounds like we'll still be able to get.
Yeah. And we don't know how things will shake out, so we have to kind of wait till Tuesday or Wednesday because we're hearing we just don't know.
We're hearing multiple conflicting reports about things, and we don't really want to go into too many details because we don't want to be wrong or because we don't know. We can't speak to it.
Yeah.
Right. We can't speak to it from here either. So nobody knows.
We're crossing our fingers that it will be very as painless as possible to continue to ship to the States with whatever the new rules shake out as. So
yeah. And then the other thing is, I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but you can have your own dog for quite a while. And then suddenly someone points something out about that dog. And it's like, how did I never notice that? Somebody, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who now, just saw my post about Ella, and commented, "Oh, she has a heart at the top of the white on her head." She has a heart-shaped marking on the top of her head, which I replied, "It's the perfect symbol for her because she loves every human being she's ever encountered."
Aw. That's so cute. I saw that comment actually just before Pet Chat started. Because Ella was snuggling with the Bernoulli stuffy, I think, in that, right?
Yes, in the first two, yes, she was definitely snuggling, and then I posted one where I had written, "It's been 0 days since a Bernoulli mauling."
Yay.
On
Oh,
a little whiteboard.
yeah, that's so cute.
All of it is the cutest. All of it is. It's great. Thank you.
Yeah, so I reposted that into the nest, and definitely the picture where it's been 0 days since the Bernoulli mauling. Her heart is on display, definitely on her head.
That's very
What
cute.
a sweetheart. She's such a good girl.
She is, and I'm so happy with everything she's been through. On October 19th, she turned 6. And when she was 4, they told us she only had a few months to live. So what a miracle.
It is a miracle. She's your miracle dog.
Aw, sweetie.
She is.
She's a
She
cutie.
is. Yeah. So you guys have a great week.
Thanks, Kathy.
Well, Kathy's got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, there's all these birthdays coming up.
It's like birthday city.
It is. Liz Button on the 3rd, and Kelly and myself on the 5th, and Paula, I think the 13th, Paula? I have to look at my calendar, my birthday calendar.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the show. We don't have any other comments or questions.
Well, maybe I have now 35 in the chat here, but I have been going through. Oh, Steve calls me the treat lady, but that's what Bunsen calls me. I am the treat lady. It's very funny.
Yeah. We had a pretty good audience, so thank you for everybody joining tonight. So that's cool to see. We had, like up to 20 people joining at one time from Facebook. We got 9 to 10 people on YouTube. I don't know about the Twitter or X thing. It says there's 800. I think that's people who have popped in total, not people who are congruent. Instagram's like that. No, Instagram's not like that. Instagram is like who's here right now, whereas Twitter's like a running total. We do have a draw to do, so somebody's going to win that gift certificate from Bark and Beyond Supply.com. So if you're watching on the live view, you're going to have to drop a comment so I know you're here. Otherwise, we can't do the draw. So drop a comment, say hello, something.
That's not how you say it. You go hello.
No, that's like hello. That's from Seinfeld.
It is from Seinfeld.
Okay. So drop a comment. We'll put you in the draw. You win $10 today from Bark and Beyond.
Okay, so in my class, I was talking about like the get to know me conversation, and I was talking about how like I taught at a couple schools, and then we went online and I taught in the at-home learning program. And I said it was a really great experience for me because it taught me how to pivot. And then I said, pivot from the Friends show. And then I'm doing the whole coach yelling, pivot.
Pivot.
I'm like, is that too old of a reference? And they're like, yeah. So there you have it. I'm now officially using references that kids don't get.
Yeah, no, things are fading away. Awesome Powers is gone. Friends is gone. Yeah, things are really fading away. but we're caught in this weird middle where our colleagues don't know the new trends because they're not on the internet as much as we are. Like, for example, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, this guy named Chit exploded into popularity because the skits with him are hilarious. And he wrote in a card for one of his colleagues, "Do it, lady." So I've
Her
been saying that,
birthday.
yeah, on your birthday, out of it.
Out of
And
it.
that's now
At
now
lunch.
Chris and I say "Do it, lady" all the time. And I said that to one of my colleagues, and I think I offended her. She's like, "Hey, whose stuff is in the microwave?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's mine. You can take it out if you need to take it out." She's like, "I will." And I was like, "Do it, lady." And she's like, "Excuse me." And I felt
Yeah. I can see why she might say that.
at least I didn't say on your birthday. Okay.
But
One,
then the
two,
hilarity is then you say back to it then,
4, 5.
because that's what Chit does.
Back to it then.
Back to it then.
Okay.
Which is
6.
what I'm going to use because the awkward moment. Do you know Friends? No. Seinfeld? No. Back to it then. I'm going to say that about math when we're doing rational expressions and equations.
Okay, so there's 15 comments added to whoever many are on Twitter or X.
Well, I had that. Do 16.
What?
What?
There are only 16 listeners. Oh, the
Yeah.
huge drop off. There was like 30 some people and they just pieced out. That's crazy. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Random number 32.
Well,
Okay.
better chance to win.
20. Yep, somebody on Instagram won. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jenny Conti 64 wrote hello on Instagram. You have won the prize from barkandbeyondsupply.com. So congratulations, Jenny. That's Jenny Conti 64. Congratulations. You have won the prize. Barkandbeyondsupply.com. Barkandbeyondsupply.com is on Instagram. So if you DM them, they will, and I will give them the heads up that you won. I'm just going to screenshot you so I remember your handle because that's the tricky part. You wrote hello, which I love. Looks like I think you got a dog as your avatar.
Profile pic.
Okay. All right. I think it's time to wrap stuff up. Hey.
I think so. It's been a great hour.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed spending this time with everybody.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to the show, everybody. Yeah. We have to wait and see how things shake out. And if things are not too terrible, we have a couple really big things we worked on all summer that we're really excited to get out. One is the Bunsen Beaker, Bernoulli, and Ginger 2026 calendar. I have people asking about that. We have to wait. And we spent like 2.5 weeks in July writing Text from Bunsen Volume 4. And it's good. It's really good. So once we know things can ship the way we want, that's going to be going full steam ahead. So yeah, that's really exciting. Another thing is we're starting to get recognized close to home. So that's very exciting. Some people talked to Chris about Bunsen Beaker and Bernoulli. Tourism Red Deer reached out, like the city we live in that doesn't even know we exist. The tourism account reached out and we're working with them on some stuff coming up in a couple weeks. So it's kind of funny. For the longest time, we were the big dog account. Not huge, like we're not enormous, but the big dog account that nobody knew about in our own city. So anything else, Chris?
No. Well, yes, of course. I always say no, but I always mean yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming and for coming up to share. Please go to the Cowboy Cat Ranch website, especially with the Ginger pin that you can, participate and help out cats to keep them happy and healthy, because the research there is done to benefit cats.
Yeah.
And the cats are so cute. So that's cowboycatranch.org/ginger to be able to support the research there and get a pin. And the pin is adorable. I love the pin. I was like so excited when I saw it. So please go out and consider supporting Cowboy Cat Ranch. And thank you, Kathy, for coming up to speak and sharing your stories. Ella, of course, is just such a miracle dog, and we just love her from afar. So, and thank you everybody else for coming. It's been so much fun.
Okay, take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.